Hi. I learned that the earphones are actually working. So, I'm having another, what do we call these things? Revelations or ideas? Why like get this in jail? I don't know. Anyways, it's Saturday and I'm doing one of my walks. So yeah, our choices and deciding what certain things mean. You know that if anything happens, everything that happens only matters once you give meaning to it. Say for example, you get a job rejection. It's a normal thing. Like if you're applying for a new job and you're applying for 50 positions, you're not expecting to get an acceptance or an interview or we're so pleased to inform you for to Lentozana and welcoming your application. You're not expecting that. But if you give meaning to that and start saying that the moment that you're getting a rejection, that they're rejecting me because I'm not qualified, they're rejecting me because I am what is this, or maybe there's a better candidate, there's better people than me, all of that. Anything that you do, anything that happens only starts having meaning once you actually put the meaning to it yourself. So basically what I'm trying to say is I'm about to do a video and write a blog about the importance of choosing the narrative of your life. Because if you don't choose the narrative of your life, life will continue happening to you instead of happening for you. And I'll also explain what I mean about that. And yeah, so if you're continually walking around saying that this means this, or accepting whatever it is that comes as being the only thing that it could be, instead of saying this doesn't mean that I'm not qualified if it's a rejection email, this doesn't mean that I am this and this, it simply means that this is not a job for me, it simply means that this is not a position for me. So yeah, speak on that. And yeah, I just didn't want to forget about what I'm thinking about. So basically these days you're going to be getting a lot of intros that show me basically getting into my mind, because if I don't do this, I get to my place and not shoot the videos, and I'm trying to be more accountable. I'm giving meaning to this. See you later. It's later in the day and I just want to finish this conversation that we started at the beach and yeah, just expand on it, I guess. When I was speaking about, by the way, if you are new here, igama ngu-Asanda Wakantini, and I do content on all things life, faith and law. If you are looking for advice of legal my channel is not legal advice, so if you are looking for that sort of advice, please go and consult that. And yeah, I do not answer questions on that also. Back to this video. Choosing what circumstances mean to you and giving meaning to certain things, as I've said earlier. Things as simple as getting a job rejection, where the moment you see that is you deciding, okay, they don't want me because I'm this and that, or I'm not getting this job because of this, when maybe maybe you just applied to an institution. Why don't you entertain ideas such as that? You see, maybe I applied to an institution where they already know who they want to hire and just decided to advertise this for the sake of advertising. Entertain things like that, man, if it helps you. But to entertain the idea of Uguti, you have fallen short, is what makes you and it keeps you in the cycle of getting things that you do not want, of getting things that do not matter to you, and getting things that, or just having life happen to you simply because you just walk around and accept that are thrown to you and accepting them as the way that they may seem to be. Gandhi, if you decide, they're not giving me this job, okay, they're not inviting me for this job, okay, this is not mine, my job is coming. But if you go on and say, okay, that's because I'm never going to get a job, that's because I'm never going to get a promotion, you actually, whatever you decide usually becomes the meaning of whatever it is that you do. Anything could happen, as I've said earlier, anything could happen and it would mean absolutely so many things to so many different people. But the moment that you put life to it, it's going to mean whatever it is that you're going to put life, whatever it is that you're going to validate it as. And the Bible tells us, even in situations that are difficult, there's so many stories in the Bible where people go through difficult things, but they decide that they're going to honor God anyways, they're going to praise God anyways, they're going to give praise to God anyways, regardless of how they feel. And the Bible encourages that. So in the same light, if you feel that, okay, this is what's happening, I'm not getting this job, I'm not passing these exams, I'm not doing this and this, it's fine. You can't change that, but you can change how you look at it. Not passing this exam, okay, cool, I'm going to do better next time. Or, okay, cool, you know what, I know that what I didn't do is this and this and this in this exam, and I'm going to do this and this in the next one. And should it be that you decide to give meaning and say, it's because I don't know what I'm doing, you are likely not going to know what you're doing until something eventually clicks in your head to say, I know what I'm doing. I wouldn't be here had I not known what I'm doing. Hope this is making sense. Here are 3 Bible verses. I've been shooting you with these 3 Bible verses that emphasize finding meaning in difficult times. Romans 8 verse 28 says that, and we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love him, who have been called according to his purpose. You need to go around with that idea. Like, so you didn't get the job. All things are working together for the good of those who trust in God. All things are working together for all of those who are called according to his will. I didn't get my, let's say you are an athlete and you didn't get the time that you wanted to get to qualify you for whatever. All things are working together for your good. Maybe that's because you're not supposed to go that way or that year. Or maybe there's going to be a delay. There's so many stories that we hear of people saying, I actually didn't qualify, but actually that year, the Olympics didn't go as good as they were supposed to be, or something went wrong. So anything could happen. And then James 1 verse 2 to 3 says that, consider it pure joy, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Any trial that you face, if you go on with it and say, this is doing something good for me, this is producing faith for me, this is producing perseverance for me, this is basically something that's creating something good for me. The moment you do that, you're going to actually be fine. You're going to actually love the life that you create for yourself. You're going to actually have life. You're going to actually have not control per se, but you're going to not have life just happen to you for the sake of it happening and things just happening, but you'd have life and you'd somehow, in a way, find purpose in your life, and not just purpose, but you're going to experience life instead of it happening to you just for the sake of it happening. When you look at this, you're like, oh, it's fine. It's working together for my good. Oh, it's fine. I consider these things that are going to produce perseverance for me. Genesis 50 verse 20 says that you intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is being done, the saving of many lives. So when people look at situations like that happen to them, often they say this doesn't produce harm for me. I mean, this just is just harmful for me. But I mean, I look at so many situations that have happened in my life. Situation where I was a complainant and have sat in the seat of a witness in court testifying. I always understand, even when I'm cross-examining, by all means, I never intend to make a complainant feel small, even though I'm trying by all means to make sure that the version of my client comes out clearly, the version of that I want to put to the table, how I do with a trial, deal with a trial. But I don't want the person who's sitting there as a witness to feel the ways that I felt as a witness, simply because I know what it felt like. So Genesis 50 verse 20 for me speaks directly to situations like that. There's so many other examples, but this video would be too long for me to put examples like that. But I say that I'm applying this one particularly. Every witness that has come and I've cross-examined can say, this person didn't make me feel small, especially when I'm dealing with sexual harassment things. I always ensure that I don't make you feel small, but obviously if there's a need in cross-examination, you want to show inconsistencies in your story, but I'll make sure that you don't feel small. I'll make sure that you do not feel like you are deluded or something. So that's grace that I've gotten from that situation of my own that now saves lives in a way. Anyways, with that said, I hope you guys are going to apply this in your life. I know that you're going to apply it in your life, to say that situations do not matter, and to say that you are the one who gives meaning to things. If you decide that thing is not as hurtful as it may seem, that the thing doesn't matter, it's not going to matter. But if you decide that it matters, if you decide that it's going to hurt your life, if you decide that it's so important that that particular thing happens in this particular way, it's going to happen in that particular way. It's going to harm you in that particular way. Okay, I'm going on for too long. I love you lots, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye.